Christopher, or Reprobus, was a Canaanite born in the Far East. Even as a young boy, Reprobus was taller and stronger than the boys of his age.
Come on. It's of no use. We should try lifting the tree.
But it's so heavy. We can't lift it even if we both try together.
Hey, look. Reprobus is here.
Hello, friends. What happened?
My sheep. It got trapped under the tree. Please help us, Reprobus.
Don't worry. I'll lift the tree and you pull the sheep.
Huh? Did you say that you'll lift the tree?
Ha ha ha. Don't worry. Come on. Let's get to work.
We got him.
You are so strong, Reprobus.
Ha 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 ha. I'm glad I was able to help you, my friend.
As the years went by, Reprobus grew to become a very strong man. He looked like a giant towering above all the people. When he grew old, he left his village and went to work for the king.
Reprobus, it's so good to see you.
Hello, my friend. Where were you all these months? I was working for the king of Darcia. I was fighting in his army.
Why don't you work for our king? Why did you have to leave the job? The king was so fond of you.
I know. But I want to work with the most powerful person in this world.
So, is this king of Darcia the most powerful?
I thought so. But then I heard about this prince in a distant country. Everyone is saying that he is the most powerful person in the world.
So are you going to meet him?
Yes, my friend. I'm leaving tomorrow to meet this prince.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Reprobus considered power and strength to be his gods. He became a soldier so that he could serve the most powerful monarch on earth. Over the land and sea he journeyed until he reached the capital of the king. Reprobus walked inside the palace, and none of the soldiers dared to stop him. When they saw his huge sword and the armor, they moved aside and made way for him.
My lord.
Who are you?
My name is Reprobus, my lord.
I haven't seen you before here. Why are you here?
My lord, I'm coming from a distant land and I'm here to work for you.
Huh? Why do you want to serve me? Why don't you join the army of your country?
My lord, it had been always my dream to work for the most powerful person in this world, and everyone says that you are. Please let me work for you.
The king was well pleased with Reprobus. He saw the well-knit muscles of the giant and knew that he would be a great asset. The king asked him to rise up and appointed him as a soldier in the army. Reprobus served the king for many years. He was very happy to fight for his fearless king. And during the times of peace, he was just happy to be around the king. One day, the king called a poet to the court and asked him to sing songs about battles and kings.
Well-tested swordsmen who wander the earth, many a bottle we have emptied in mirth, and in many a battle we have proven our worth.
As the poet sang his song, Reprobus noted the king making a strange sign using his hands on the forehead. And each time he made the sign, Reprobus noticed fear in the king's eyes.
It is fear I see, and his hands are trembling too.
We were called to the city with purses of gold to guard Don Sebastian, his bright right to hold.
Reprobus waited until the poet finished his song.
Thank you, my lord.
And when he finished the song, and when everyone went away, Reprobus asked the king,
My lord, please tell me the meaning of the sign you drew on your forehead.
Oh, that. It was nothing.
Please tell me, master. I saw fear in your eyes and your hands were trembling too. Are you afraid of anything?
Who, me? No, Reprobus.
At first, the king refused to answer, as he knew that Reprobus worshipped power alone.
My lord, if you won't tell me, then I can no longer serve you.
So the king, hoping that Reprobus would stay with him, decided to answer his questions.
I am always afraid when I hear the name of Satan. I fear that he would have power over me. That's why I draw a cross to strengthen myself.
When Reprobus heard his master's words, he replied,
I can serve you no longer, my lord. Now I know that the Lord of Evil is stronger than you. And you know that I want to serve the most powerful person.
If that's your wish, Reprobus.
The next day, Reprobus left the city and went searching for the Lord of Evil. It was not difficult for him to trace the Lord of Evil, as there were signs of him in every city and village.
My son!
Reprobus heard the cries of people wherever the Lord of Evil had been. He saw the tears of women and little children. The giant would have stopped his search if not for his love for power. Reprobus finally found the Lord of Evil deep inside the forest. When he expressed his interest to serve him, the evil lord agreed. For many days, Reprobus served the Lord of Evil. He did many cruel and wicked deeds that men trembled at the sight of him. One day, they were riding on an empty road when the Lord of Evil suddenly stopped.
Ah!
What happened, my lord?
Nothing. Let's get away from here.
Huh? What happened? What did he see? There's only this cross sign here. I must go and ask him. Lord, please stop.
What is it?
My lord, please tell me what happened out there.
I told you, it was nothing.
My lord, if you won't tell me, then I won't serve you anymore.
Huh? I will tell you. There was a man named Jesus Christ who died on a cross. When I see his sign, I get scared and I flee from it whenever I see it.
Reprobus listened to his words carefully and told him,
Then Christ is greater and mightier than you. You are afraid by just looking at his sign? I will serve you no longer, for I must find Christ, who is even more powerful than you.
Reprobus left the woods and started his journey seeking Christ. He wandered for many days and nights. He was now no longer a soldier, but he was a pilgrim seeking Christ.
Hello.
Huh?
Can you tell me where can I find Christ?
Christ?
Yes, he died on a cross.
Maybe you should go to the mountains.
What are you doing up here?
Oh, hello there.
Hello?
Do you know where can I find a man named Christ?
Christ? Did he die on a cross?
Yes, he did.
I've heard my father say that he lives near the sea.
The sea?
Yes, the sea. You should go there if you want to see him.
Huh?
Reprobus asked many people if they knew where Christ lived, but none of them could help him, and they sent him in different directions. He was determined to find Christ, and he wanted to serve him. He kept searching for him tirelessly. After wandering for years, Reprobus came to a desolate land where no flowers bloomed, where no bird sang, nor was there anyone living.
Huh, what is this place? Huh? Isn't that a hut? There must be someone living inside.
The pilgrim's strength had started failing after his long travels. He slowly walked towards the hut. But before he could reach the hut, Reprobus collapsed and fell on the ground.
Ah!
As he lay on the ground, he heard a voice say, "Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be you lifted up the everlasting doors, and our King of glory shall come in."
Wake up, son.
Huh? What has happened?
I think you collapsed and fell.
Huh? What about the voice I heard? Did you speak them?
What? I don't know about that, but you look tired. Come, I will help you to my hut.
That hut? Do you live there?
Yes, I live there. Now get up.
The hermit took care of Reprobus for many days. As he regained his strength, he told the hermit what he was searching for.
Jesus Christ!
As the sun went down, the hermit sat by Reprobus and told him the amazing story of the cross and of Jesus Christ. Reprobus had never heard such a strange tale before. The courage of Christ was greater than he had ever dreamed of, and his love was far stronger than he could imagine.
I'm taking a vow today that I will serve Christ forever, for now I know that He's the King of the world and the heavens.
You fool! You don't need your sword to serve the Lord of love.
Huh? Then how would I serve Him?
You should fast and pray to Him.
Nay, I will serve Him using my strength.
The hermit realized that this strange man really wanted to serve Christ. He then figured a way for him to serve the Lord.
Have you seen the river at the edge of this plain?
Yes, I have.
Come, let's go there. Many pilgrims have died while crossing this river. You can help the pilgrims to cross this river, and that's how you're going to serve Christ.
If I do this, how will I see Christ?
Don't worry. If you serve Him well, He will show Himself to you.
All right, I'll do as you've told. I'll do this as a service to the Lord.
Build a hut and start living here. Pilgrims will come from distant lands. Most of them would have lost their strength by the time they reach here, and they will not be able to cross the river. You must help them, and this way you will be serving the Lord Himself.
Yes, sir. I'll help them to cross the river.
Reprobus built a hut on the banks of the river and started living there. Like the hermit said, pilgrims from all over the world came to the riverbank. Old men and young, little children and maidens, all of them sought the help of Reprobus to cross the river. He raised the weak men in his arms and stepped into the icy river. In one hand he held a staff, upon which he leaned when the water was flowing swiftly. Sometimes the water rose rapidly, but Reprobus was so tall that the water never rose above his head. When the pilgrims reached the other side of the river, their faces shone brightly. Reprobus was delighted when they thanked him. Months and years passed by, and Reprobus continued to help the pilgrims. Sometimes he had to work tirelessly day and night. Slowly, he started losing his strength as well. One night, there was a heavy storm near the river, and Reprobus went inside the hut to get some sleep.
I've never seen such a huge storm.
But although he lay down, he could not sleep. The sound of thunder and lightning kept him awake. That's when he heard the sound of a child.
Reprobus, Reprobus.
Huh?
Reprobus?
Who's at this time of the night?
But when Reprobus opened the door, he saw no one.
Huh? Did I dream of someone calling my name? There's no one here.
But as he laid down, he heard the voice again.
Reprobus, Reprobus.
Huh? Isn't it the same voice?
When he opened the door, he couldn't see anyone outside.
There's no one here.
When he laid down again, he heard the voice for the third time.
Reprobus, Reprobus.
There is definitely someone outside.
This time when he opened the door, he saw a small child dressed in white clothes looking up at him. His eyes shone like stars. The child smiled at him and said in a voice that rang like music in the storm,
Reprobus, will you help me to cross the river?
Without saying a single word, Reprobus scooped up the boy and placed him on his shoulders. He grasped his staff and set out into the raging stream. The water in the river was very swift, and Reprobus struggled to get a foothold. The water kept rising. First it reached his thighs, and then his chest, and then it rose till his lips. The little child, who first appeared to be light in weight, grew heavier and heavier with each step. By now, the child was so heavy that Reprobus felt like he was carrying the weight of this whole world. He stumbled ahead, struggling with each step. He worried that if he fell down, the little child might lose his life. In his plight, he let go of pride and cried out aloud to save him.
Help, O King of Heaven! My strength is gone, and the water is above me. I can stand no more. Please help me.
Reprobus then felt as if he got a little stronger. With this new strength, he started walking again in one last desperate effort. Reprobus finally managed to reach the riverbank. He gently placed the little boy on the ground and said,
Child, you put me in great danger. You weighed as if I was carrying the whole world on my shoulders. I have borne no greater burden in my life.
When Reprobus looked at the face of the little boy, he realized that he was not a normal boy.
Huh? You are the king. My eyes have seen the king.
You are right, I am Jesus. Not only the whole world, but also the one who made it. I am Christ, your King, whom you are serving by doing this work.
Christ then baptized Reprobus in the river and gave him a Christian name, Christopher, which meant Christ-bearer.